From Studio A at 1 Biloxi Square in Fort Worth, Texas, this is the Grandpa and Pappy Show. Day of being in debt by the federal government. Holy mackerel. Trying to pass this infrastructure bill that's going to cost, should I say, my grandkids' will be paying on. $1.7 trillion?
Jeez.
Holy mackerel, and if you could see what was stuffed into that, it would just make you puke.
I'd love to see what all was involved with it myself,
Man, a lot of things going on in our country. If you have never joined us for the Grandpa and Pappy Show, it's the only show on Podcast Nation that gives you, our viewers, an opportunity to speak what's on your mind concerning the question of the day.
How about that?
Mm-hmm.
How about that?
And as bad as I did not want to go here, we are today because that's all the news has on it right now about the COVID vaccines. Do they work? Do they not work? Are you going to get it or you're not going to get it? So we ask you guys, we ask you a simple question about the COVID vaccines. Did you get it? Are you going to get it? And if you did get it, are you going to be getting a booster shot when they say it comes out?
That sounds like something to make you jump high.
Yeah, no kidding. No kidding.
I boosted her and she jumped smooth out of her shoes.
But I tell you what, it just makes me sick. And as usual, you guys have come up with some tremendous answers that makes you stop and think.
Yeah, well,
and that's what it's all about.
Yeah. Before we get started, I'd like to say something real quick for all you ZZ Top fans out there. If you didn't know, of course, Dusty Hill passed about a week ago today, I believe, and his wife released on Facebook and to the media through the ZZ Top page that he will be buried at high noon today in Houston, Texas.
Wow.
So if you happen to be a fan of ZZ Tops and Dusty, give him a look up to the clouds and wish him a vals con Dios on your way out about high noon. So
There you go.
he'll be up there showing them how it's done on that bass guitar.
Can you imagine the rock and roll band up there now?
Ooh, boy.
Lord, have mercy.
Probably going to be about as big as his funeral procession, I imagine.
Yeah.
But anyway, our hearts go out to Dusty and his family and Chuck, his wife.
What great music.
Yeah.
What great music he
So
gave
anyway,
us. Yeah.
just thought I'd share that with you
Good
guys.
point. Good point, Pappy. Let's take a look at some of the answers you guys gave on the question today about COVID vaccines. Did you take it? If
Yes,
you
sir.
did, will you get a booster? If you didn't, why?
Where does it
We'd
stop?
like to know.
Where does it stop?
Man, it's just so much misinformation out there. Nobody can really make up their mind on what they want to do. Like Stephanie Williams told us, I have not and will not. From my own research, personal testimonies from many family and friends who have received it and either gotten sick or been put in ICU from it. I do not feel it has any positive benefits. No FDA approval and no long-term studies. We've been lied to since day one.
Can a brother get an amen on that? By God.
Jalapeno.
Jalapeno. And that's me. They say you get the shot, you can still get COVID.
Yeah.
Well, what the hell,
Why get it then?
Well,
I mean, there
I
is
don't need no
9,000 ways you can look at this. Yeah.
Wesley Hatcher told us, said, look, I don't know whether to take it or not. We do not have a legitimate source of information to help us make an informed decision. The CDC directive contradicting the other. So how's a person to make an informed decision on whether to take it or not? I'm certainly going to wait until some proven information comes out to decide if I'm going to take it or not. So, and I'm right there with you.
And a lot of people are thinking that.
Yeah, that's me.
Yeah.
I'm not going to take it,
Our friend Daryl Bulls from Paris, Texas said yes, he took both shots and will take the booster when that's offered. Okay. But Terry McDonald took the opposite by saying no, she has not taken it, and no, she will not be getting a booster. Bobby Glenn Mason said, let them show me some true evidence a shot helps, and I'll get it. Until then, nope.
I'm right there with you, Bobby. Right there with you. And our buddy Crawdaddy Crawford Young said, I, along with many others I personally know, have been vaccinated and didn't feel a thing. We took Pfizer shots. I didn't feel a need to take the vaccine, but the incentive for me was I get to remove the mask. Yeah. It's been 3 months now without any side effects that I know of at this time.
Now, here's another thing that just sticks in my craw. You get the shots. If you're one of the ones, Karen and I had our shots because our liberal-minded daughter, who is expecting, wanted us to get it to be around him. So that's the only reason I took it.
Yeah.
But there are people that are not taking it or did take it with the understanding that if you took it, you didn't have to wear the mask, like Crawford said. But now they're coming back and saying you need to wear the mask again, even if you've been vaccinated.
Yeah.
So what the hell are you doing taking a shot if you're going to still have to wear those masks?
Well, the mask does about as good as the shot, from what I understand. So. And that's not opinion. That's
a fact.
How much research and talk did just you and I performed on this subject? You know?
Yeah, you're right. I agree.
And you know me, I get out and about. And I even during the big pandemic, I was out and about my usual routes, and I didn't contract no cornholio disease, man.
Jennifer Ray told us I wasn't planning on getting it, but after this most recent outbreak, I'm thinking about it. Mostly because my youngest child and my grandson are both too young to get the vaccine, so it's pretty important for the people around them to stay COVID-free.
Well, that's a good point, and certainly an option, It's pro-choice. But I have a sneaky feeling it's about not to be pro-choice. Brent Hardy says, I did only because I travel for work and was afraid the airlines wouldn't let me fly. And you're right about that, Brent. That's it. I'm worried or afraid of COVID-19. Or I'm not worried or afraid of COVID-19. Ken Mason said, no, I won't. And Jerry Williamson said he is not taking it because he's had COVID in January. Cheryl Caswell Richards said she will when hell freezes over twice.
I would say, Cheryl, that's a pretty positive no.
And it's kind of, I think that's what she's trying to imply. Yeah. And it's kind of like flu. I mean, if you look at it that way, if you've had the flu, hell, you can get it a month later,
Well, I was listening to one of the talk shows yesterday, Sean Hannity on Fox Radio, or on the radio on his talk show.
Yeah.
And he had a doctor on there, and the doctor said, look, with all this misinformation, if you're starting to feel bad, have respiratory problems, anything like that, go to your doctor and let them treat you like they normally would.
Bingo.
Because it always works.
Well, and they said right from the beginning, if you show symptoms, just like you said, if you're symptomatic of the COVID disease, or the COVID bug, whatever the hell you call it, go have it tended to.
Yeah. Don't be afraid. And the doctor said don't be afraid to ask for hydrochloroquine either.
That's right.
That will knock that stuff out pretty quick.
Well, I want ice cream.
Ice cream. Tony Haha said no, I don't plan on it either. Never got the flu shot either. By the way, can you get the flu nowadays, or did that go away? Russell Curlin just said a flat no, and Deanna Lucero also said nope, and nope.
Nope. Brandon Cummings told us that no thanks to the vaccine. Anyone know if there are any long-term effects? I don't. Yeah, I didn't think so. But Mike Tanner said, yes, I got both shots of Pfizer in February with no problems at all. So far.
So far.
I threw the so far.
That's probably a good observation.
Hope it works out for you there.
There
Mike.
you go.
Yep.
Mike Winter said, I am at a major standstill on this thing. My employer is putting the heat on all employees to take the shot, but I'm still not convinced it works or prevents this thing. No one can seem to put out any accurate information concerning the virus, and we're certainly getting no positive info from the CDC. Yeah. I don't think anyone should be forced to take the vaccine against their will.
And I agree wholeheartedly.
I couldn't agree more, yeah. I'm right there with you, Pappy.
Pro-choice. Cindy Gale Roberts Thomas said, yes, I did after much research and many discussions with my liver team, PCP, and endocrinologist.
Endocrinologist.
Yeah, that word. It's got the word end on it, so I'm not going to go see any doctor. It's got the word end on it.
Oh, I heard that.
Got the Johnson & Johnson and never had any issues at all. Of course, we live in the country and don't see many people or go to too many places. Timothy Pettit said no and no to the vaccine or a booster. He said he doesn't have any trust in the vaccine or the government.
You're not alone on that one.
Yeah,
I'm telling you.
You're not the lone stranger there, brother.
Randy Northcutt told us he's been fully vaccinated with 2 doses of Pfizer since March 22nd, and I will get a booster when the scientists say I need to. Yeah. Deborah Bell down in Houston said yes, she did and felt fine after both. But Skip Starkey said nope, and I won't get it.
Very good.
Well, there you go.
And our buddy Tracy Sanchez said, I received the 2 shots, and now I'm hearing people are still dying from having the shots. And this is what don't make sense to me. I guess I'll be getting a booster. You don't want to be left out on the dying part, I guess.
Well, I guess.
I don't know what to do or what is to be believed. Mark Seiler said that is exactly my point. They're bombarding us with news now that people are dying with it and that had the shots. Do the damn things work or not?
Well, a great question.
Until they find out. Yours truly will not be getting the jab, by God.
That is a great question. Hey, we're going to take a brief time out because coming up on September 16th, as you've heard Pappy and I talk for about the last 2 months, is Burgers for Babies.
Yeah.
And if you'd like to know a little bit more about it, we're going to take a brief time out, show you this. You'll know how to do it and how to help us with it. And find out more about Burgers for Babies. We'll be back with more of your opinions right after this message. Hi, everyone. This is Grandpa of Grandpa and Pappy, along with our own Special K. And we have an important announcement to tell you about an upcoming event. It's the 11th Annual Burgers for Babies. It's a fundraising event benefiting the Children's Miracle Network of Cook's Children's Hospital. And it's going to be held on September the 16th from 4 until 8 o'clock.
And the location is going to be in downtown Fort Worth at the Stockyards at the River Ranch Stockyard.
And it's going to be a lot of fun. And 100% of monies that we raise are funneled right back into the Children's Miracle Network at Cook Children's. So if you want to help us out, be listening, and we'll tell you exactly how to make your contribution to Burgers for Babies on September the 16th here on the Grandpa and Pappy Show. So be listening, and we'll be watching for you. Bye-bye. Well, as you can see on your screen, there's a couple of ways that you can donate to Burgers for Babies, and we certainly hope all of our viewers out there, whatever you can donate, be it $2, $5, $10, $20, it's certainly a great opportunity to show your support for Cook Children's Medical Center.
If you like burgers and you like babies, dive on in.
Bingo.
I like them both.
Yeah, and Grandpa and Pappy are going to be doing the emceeing of that get-together, and we hope to see all of you there.
Yeah.
Before we get back into our opinions, I'd like to ask Karen's opinion on what she thinks about all of this. What do you think?
Well, I
K?
mean, number one, I think the data out there is so screwed up that nobody knows the truth. Nobody knows the truth and the facts of anything, and I think this is all political. And I think that they're going to keep this going and going and going until we get through the midterm elections. And I think they're scaring people half to death. And, you know, we got to remember that people are still dying from other things.
Yeah.
I mean, I just saw a statistic from Washington, D.C. that had 8 COVID deaths in the last week or so, but we don't know if they were true COVID deaths because sometimes they say COVID when it's actually something else. But they had like
3 bullet holes in
21.
the back of the head.
They had like 21 murders.
Yeah.
So 8 COVID deaths, 21 murders in the last week, and we're worried about 0.075. I mean, you know, it's a 99 point something percent mortality rate.
Yeah.
So
But you're gonna
everybody's
survive,
so up in
yeah.
arms. I mean, people are dying from the flu still, and we're not hearing about that because they're calling the flu COVID.
Yeah.
That's the way I believe.
Well, I think you hit the nail right
There
on
you
the
go.
head, K-Bird, when you said after the midterm elections, it's strangely going to disappear, kind of like the flu. You know, it's a miracle.
They're
Well,
trying
that's what
to
we thought
trying to
about-
take the opinions away from the American people on the midterm elections.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what we thought about the presidential election. It would just die out because, I mean, COVID. I just think, really personally, it's another strain of the flu.
Yeah.
And
Well, it is a virus,
you know, so
so
it's just crazy. This is
is.
all craziness.
it is. Thanks, Karen. Marsha Connor said, I have wrestled with this decision for a long time as to whether to take it or not. The thing that sticks in my craw is the fact that I'm being told I have to take it and not whether I have a choice.
Yeah.
You want me to take it? Give me some logical, proven information that will help me make the right decision. Do I want to die? No. Do I know I'm going to die someday? Yes. If you want Americans to fight against COVID, give yourselves some truth serum and tell us the truth.
Amen, sister.
My God. Now there's a simple solution right there.
Marsha.
Well
Yeah,
said,
Marsha. That was
Yeah,
good.
I'd like
I
to see that happen myself, Marty. Jay Andrews
That's
told
too
us
good.
that he got his and he'll get the boosters as well. Crawford Young said nobody wants to take one for the team anymore, and Alan Moffett and Malaya Palmore Jones said no way, never. John Bossy said yes, he did. I travel and I'm in and out of school. I felt it was a smart thing to do for my situation.
Huh?
So
There you go.
Made a decision.
There you go.
Yep.
Deborah Bell down in Houston came back to say, after spending most of 2020 every day in the hospital with my husband, watching people and children coming in and not knowing that I had it. After losing my fabulous husband to stage 4 cancer and then told I did have it, they told me I was one of the lucky ones to be asymptomatic. I still got the vaccine for wanting to be with my children, grandchildren, and great-grandchildren. I don't BS. I know and have been to many funerals of many ages since then, some as young as my children. And yes, my children have gotten theirs, and their family has too.
Wow. Well said.
Yeah,
Sorry for your losses there, kiddo.
absolutely.
My cousin.
Absolutely.
That's crazy. Richard Robertson told us he received both vaccines and things were returning to normal in the country. Businesses are opening back up, or those who survived the lockdown and COVID numbers went way down.
Yep.
Now the idiots in Washington, namely the guy and woman occupying the Oval Office, decides to let thousands of illegal immigrants into this country, and many of them are infected with the COVID virus. And they're shipping them all over the damn country.
Bingo.
And that is a fact. You want to get rid of this crap? Then sell off the borders on the southern end of the country, and you'll stop it.
Amen.
He's got a great point there.
I agree with you.
Richard, you have got a great point.
But there again, I think they've allowed so damn many of them in, Richard, that it might be might be a bigger chore.
And Richard's right. I
Well,
mean,
he is
we
right,
were getting a handle on this thing.
That's right.
Businesses were opening back up, things getting back to normal,
Yep.
and letting these people come in the southern border, and all of them had it, and sending them everywhere.
Yep.
That's just reinfecting people.
It's
Well, isn't it amazing? To me, this is amazing that the American citizens are being forced to mask mandates, forced to vaccinate, and they're even talking about potential lockdowns with this new strain.
Right.
And then we've got the border wide open.
yeah.
What sense does that make?
It makes absolutely no
I mean, you
sense.
got two idiots in office that can't make a decision to shut down the border and take all those people back.
Well, hell, they won't even go
Come
down there.
in.
Yeah, that's true.
You're welcome in my country, but come in legally.
That tells you something. They won't even go to the border. They don't want to catch
No,
it. You know,
hell
so
no.
hey. Well, let's see here. Casey Green, Diane Webb, and Michelle Purviance Brown all said no to the vaccine. Jimmy Pierce, Catherine Wentz, and G.W. Rutledge all echoed the same sentiment by saying no. Your buddy, Stephen W. Crenshaw, said hell no, and God help those who have taken it.
I agree with you, Steve. Wholeheartedly, my brother.
My goodness.
Stephen James had a different perspective on it when he said, it's funny how we were raised not to be peer pressured into taking experimental drugs, and now we're being peer pressured into taking experimental drugs.
That's funny.
Ain't it so, brother?
It's a shame you don't get a
told
high
Stephen
from
that
it.
she was stealing that saying.
Damn, that's the best one today.
You used to get slapped upside the head for even thinking about it. Now you're slapped upside the head for not
If you
doing
don't. That's too good.
that's
Good
funny.
job, Stephen. Good
That's
job.
hilarious.
Ingle Richard said, nope, I didn't take it. And I've been around people that supposedly had it for the last year. Guess what? I ate dirt when I was a kid. Crawford Young chipped in to tell Ingle Richard, and we licked the windows on the short bus.
And you know how Crawford knew that? He was the driver of that short bus. That banter went on for a while.
Well, I tell you what, there's something to be said about that.
What, the short bus?
No. I'm talking about when we were kids growing up.
Yeah.
We were I believe someone said here that we're fixing to read that we grew up playing out in the dirt, no shoes on,
Yeah.
having dirt all over us all day long.
Drinking from the water hose.
Yes, and drinking from.
Oh,
Can you
Lord.
imagine that? Drinking from the water hose.
Swimming in Buffalo Lake in Lubbock. I lived through that. If you can survive that in the Hudson River, like George Carlin said, you can survive anything.
You can survive anything. But I'll tell you, there's something to be said because kids, when we were growing up, developed natural immunities.
Yeah.
But kids today don't. They don't get out. If they get one speck of dirt on them, man, they're in the shower.
No.
Or the parents are making them take a shower.
Makes them dress funny, too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No. So I'm just saying there's a lot to be said about natural immunity.
Lick the windows on the short bus.
That's too good.
What's a short bus?
That's
It's shorter than a long bus.
special ed kids used to ride the short bus.
Yeah.
I know because I was a passenger on one time. Marlena Grayson said, yes, I took it reluctantly. I was not going to get it, but having elderly parents who have underlying problems made me change my mind. Do I know if it has helped? No. But have I caught it? But I have not. No, but I have not caught it and hope I never do. Like some who have committed on this side, I grew up playing in the yard, barefooted, getting dirt all over me.
That's it.
And built up a pretty strong immune system. Young people of today don't know what that means.
And that's what I was referring to.
Yeah, I mean, when we was kids, we find something on the ground, you pick it up, stick it in your mouth, chew
I mean, how many times as a kid, did you walk past a mud hole and what's the first thing you did?
you jump in it.
Yeah, that's it. That's it.
I mean, I've even been known to smear it all over me. I used to play in mud puddles out in Muleshoe
absolutely.
with clothespins. Those were my army guys.
Absolutely.
I'd get nice and camoed up with mud, then I'd back off with my Red Ryder BB gun and shoot every damn clothespin that was in there.
Billy Ray Taylor wrapped up today by saying if you want to get vaccinated and go around still wearing your mask forever, go for it. Yeah. But don't criticize me if I elect not to take it and not to wear a mask. If you can catch COVID from me and you've been vaccinated or wearing the mask, then I guess it was all for nothing, right?
Bingo.
Face it, demo fools. You're going to die at some point. Just don't rush it by coming up to me and trying to tell me how to live my life.
Do you know Jesus? Because you're fixing to go talk to. You know,
that's a great way to wind that up.
I will agree with you on that, Billy. I mean, and it's just like I told a lady at the post office one day. I'm surprised I hadn't been thrown in federal penitentiary for things I've said at the post office in Lake Warren. I said, if your mask is working, why in the hell do I need to wear one?
Well, that's exactly correct.
2 days later, a black lady come out and asked me, where your mask at? And I said, where's your BLM flag?
Can I just say something?
I thought I was going to have to run.
Sure, what you got?
Well, I don't want people to think that we don't take this seriously. We do take this seriously.
Well, yes, we do.
And so I just don't want people to think that we don't take it seriously, but I just think a lot of this is just
bullshit.
BS.
Yes, I couldn't agree more.
Shit of mini board.
I just want them to take it off of the air. I'm tired of seeing it every
sick of
single day.
Yeah.
And you will not hear me talking about COVID on this show anymore.
Yeah,
I'm done.
Yes, you will.
I don't want to hear the stats. I don't want to see the stats. None of that.
Yeah, that's right.
That's true. Let's take a look at some of the viewer comments we got in. We received a couple of comments on our show about erecting a monument to George Floyd. Mm-hmm. George Schultz said, teach your children it's fine to be a thug. The man made mistakes, but everyone is making him out to be a god. Wrong answer.
Absolutely right, George.
Yeah. Not a boy, George.
Nobody's still explained to me why that damn statue's white.
Yeah, well,
I'm sure there's something in the wings waiting to be unleashed.
Very bad choice.
Yeah. Brett Barker also told us hell to the no. He was a bad man on drugs and should not have anything put up for him. People used his situation for rioting and looting. I'll call BS to him.
There you go.
By God.
Michelle Gray told us the idea of playing any anthem other than our national anthem at any sporting event is just absolutely wrong. Mm-hmm. We are one country with one flag and one national anthem. Honor them or just leave, please.
Short and simple.
Mm-hmm.
And very good point.
Absolutely.
You know, and oh boy, I still can't get over what Crawford said about licking the windows. And finally, to close out this week's show, on your comments on the Grandpa and Pappy show, Mark Liddy told us that he just watched our show on Biden's first 100 days in office. I tell you guys, it's been as hysterical as going to a Robin Williams show. At least Robin wasn't running the country. Joe has messed up so much about all you can do. Now is to shake your head and laugh.
Ain't that
That's
the truth?
about the damn truth.
It'll certainly keep you from crying.
Very well said, Mark. Very well said. It has been a lot of fun today. If you want to make a suggestion on a topic for the Grandpa and Pappy show, or you have an opinion that you want to express, it's very simple. Over my shoulder, you'll see that you can send it to our email address, which is grandpaandpappy@gmail.com.
Or you can hit us up on our show website page, which can be found by getting your little keyboard out or your electronic device and keying in www.grandpaandthelletterinpappy.com. That's grandpaandpappy.com. And you'll see that big red button that just popped up. Push the damn thing.
Give them a password.
It's there for a reason. Push it and subscribe. We're numbers driven. We love it. We love new subscriptions. Love all our old ones too, by God. It won't even cost you a penny, will it?
Not a dime.
Not even a nickel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or you can go on to our Grandpa and Pappy Facebook group page where you'll see 90 100% of all of the opinions expressed that we read here on the air.
Absolutely.
It's been fun today. We end every program by telling you to reach out and hug your kids and let them know you love them.
Let them know we love them too, by God.
Right here on the Grandpa and Pappy Show.
Love them babies.
Until we see you again, take care of one another,
Yeah,
everyone.
please do.
It doesn't cost you anything to be nice to people.
That's true.
God bless you. God bless America. And until we see you again, take care and bye-bye.
Have a great week.
Bye.